light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys. Time to make a choice. Time to find our courage. Time to be deployed. Make our only stand here. Make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready. Kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, who knows why we're fighting? It's about the bite. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Souls in the ruins, all rubble in the streets. Corpses near the buildings, all this light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys. Time to make a choice. Time to find our courage. Time to be deployed. Make our only stand here. Make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready. Kiss the ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's right, I'm fighting the war from my set back in New York City. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? I have considered actually starting the stream by singing the awesome song from The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway by Genesis, back in New York City. Oh, yeah. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? Good to see everybody. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday, and it's wonderful to see a good number of people for the start of the stream as we get started with Shadowrun Hong Kong. And the reason I say get started is because we had a great time, and I'll talk a little more about that in just a second on Thursday. But the vagaries of a live stream mean that there were things I realized later on that I probably missed and stuff that I didn't want to miss because I was too anxious to make sure that the voiceover was going well. So I want to go back over it. It's only a couple hours worth of work, so I want to go back over it, start fresh, and make sure that I do this up right, because this is going to be our single-player focus for at least the next month or so. So I want to make sure I do that as I'm going on. Before I do that, however, a couple of reminders to everybody. First of all, you guys know the way it works. Exclamation point CTT to tweet out the stream. Exclamation point ARVTube will get you to my YouTube channel to check out past broadcasts of the stream. Exclamation point Steam Group will get you over to my Steam group, the Arvanaut Steam Group, where you can hang out and talk with 240 of your fellow Arvanauts about all things relating to the stream and, you know, whatever's on your mind, that sort of thing. And of course, exclamation point Arvtreon, we are up to $181. And remember, we've got about another week. If we can hit that $200 level, then you guys will be able to vote on a game that you would like me to play in chat. And in fact, there is possibly another addition that I'm going to add to the Patreon, but I'll talk about that in just a minute. I want to welcome everybody here, and I want to, before I go live on the webcam, I want to say hi to everyone who is here to start out. So let me start by thanking all the wonderful people who are here. What's up, Zamaria? Zamaria, I hope you're feeling better, man. I hope that everything is okay with the surgery that you told us about. So hello to Zamaria. Let's get some love for Zamaria if we can. Hello to Vacant. Hello to UG Plex. UG Plex, I just want to say, I'm not going to say hi to everybody individually starting out, but I do want to say, UG, thank you so much for retweeting. UG, like, you retweets everything, man. He is like, he is the alpha and the omega of retweeters. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. Obviously, the Grows, good to see the Grows, good to see Strike Ninja, good to see Someplace Asleep, who has been asleep in my channel for a while. I've noticed the last couple of days, Someplace Asleep has been hanging out. So what's up? Hello to PKD Fan. Hello, 180 Out. Welcome back, 180 Out. Good to see you. Hello, Mercurius. What's up, Meat Bomb? Hello, Marine. What's up, Kais? Hello, Kilobyte. What is up, Henitokusu? What is up, Epidemic? Of course, Dark and Wolf. What is going on, Catate Carry? Why can I never get that? Cat 8 Canary. Every time I see that, I trip up and I keep thinking it's Kate. Cat 8 Canary. What's up, Cat? Hello, Capoeirist Mike. What's up, Mike? Welcome back. I hope everything was good. The trip back from Spokane at the Hugos where Mike was. Hope everything was good with that. Hello, Brother Todd. What's up, Bone of Malkov? Hello, Climative. And of course, to my wonderful mods. Currently, Lego Freak is holding down the fort on the mod front. So what is going up? Good to see everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. All right. Let me get rid of this. Let me turn on this. Let me turn on my webcam. Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. Welcome back. As you can see, we are back in the ARV Studio home. The ARV Studio home. This is where the magic happens. So I'm glad to see everybody. I'm not so glad to see that my camera is off. Hold on one second. My camera's like, let me move you over to the left side of the screen. Hang on just a moment. Hold on a cotton picking second. Damn you all to... Okay, hold on. No. Let's do that. Nope, I need to slide like this and go like that and then move that over there like this. Ah, there we go. Haha. Let's see, how's that look? Yes, lovely. Good. So good to see everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, hi. It is, I've had sort of worse than Kate. Yeah. Well, I wonder what that would be. Anyway, so a couple things that I wanted to let everyone know about. First of all, just a couple of reminders about things coming up. Shadowrun is going to be the focus, as I said, single player over the next month or so. I am, however, going to be throwing a couple of things here and there that are different. On Thursday, on this coming Thursday, we are going to be playing, and in fact, hold on, I'll show you. There we go. As part of the Patreon, we have, as you guys know, one Fighting Fantasy. We have 2 Fighting Fantasy sessions that are done per month. And we have not done ours for the month of September yet. And so on Thursday, we are going to play this. That's right, people. Feast your eyes on it. Oh, yeah. Look at that completely out of focus title. Let me back it up a little bit. Temple of Terror, baby. Oh, yeah. The Temple of Terror. This is the next Fighting Fantasy game book. We're going to be playing this together. If you guys think you can defeat that guy right there, guys think you got him? You guys think you got him covered? That guy? Anyway, you're going to have a chance to see if that's true. Fighting Fantasy, so we're going to be doing that on Thursday and then possibly Friday, depends on how long it takes us to get through the book. Then after that, as I said, we're going to be focusing on Shadowrun beyond that. I should also say that late next month is when I believe Sword Coast Legends is coming out, and with luck, Shadowrun will be finished by then. I do have a couple of other games on the docket that I want to play. I want to play Alpha Protocol. I am looking forward to playing a couple of Sherlock Holmes games. I've been looking forward to that. Obviously, Numenera, when that comes out. Apparently, a couple days ago, WB released an update saying that they're still working on Arkham Knight, and they will have information for us in a few weeks. So I guess I don't have to worry about that game coming out anytime in the near future. What a disaster. But anyway, yeah. So I'm looking forward very much to that. So it looks like that's what we've got. We've got Shadowrun, then we've got probably Sword Coast Legends, but if it's not out by then we'll be playing Alpha Alpha Protocol, then a couple of the Sherlock Holmes games. I still have the second Phoenix Wright game that I have to play. I actually was looking today, I was watching a little bit of Deus Ex Human Revolution, and I was actually thinking about that. I feel like the first Deus Ex is way too dated at this point to play, but Deus Ex Human Revolution doesn't look bad. So that's the kind of thing I might at some point want to try, but not until those other games that I've just mentioned that are going to be going on. So we'll see about that. Next week, next Friday specifically, and Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia for Dragon Con. I am going to be doing 2 panels there and a workshop. The workshop is part of Michael Stackpole's group of workshops. I'm going to be doing a workshop similar to one that I've done at Comic-Con about online promotion and networking and stuff like that. And then I'm going to be doing a couple of panels. One panel is on Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and there were so many people that wanted to be a part of this panel that they actually had to make it 2 parts. So we're basically doing the panel twice. We're doing it Sunday at 11:30 and then again at 2:30 p.m. And apparently the room is going to be packed to the gills, talking about Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. And I'm doing another panel on Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. So I've got 2 panels, one of which is 2 parts, so 3 panels, I guess, total, plus a reading, which I'm doing on Monday, plus a workshop. So that is going to be my last major convention of the year. I shouldn't say that. That's going to be my last travel convention of the year. There is a possibility I'll be doing World Fantasy, which is in Saratoga Springs in New York. I'm not sure if I'm going to that one. That would not be until late October, early November. There's also almost a certainty at this point that I'm going to be doing a panel at New York City Comic-Con on podcasting. New York City Comic-Con is now the biggest Comic-Con in North America. They had 151,000 people last year. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be with 5 other podcasters talking about stuff, and so I will let people know about that when it comes closer. But that is going to be, I believe, the first or second week of October, if I'm not mistaken. It's Friday at about 5:15 p.m., but I'll have more details about that coming up. Only other special event that I want to mention that I know of at the moment is that, of course, we've got our D&D session on this channel, which is going to be conducted with Mr. Ed Greenwood. That is going to be coming up in late October. I'm still trying to get Joe Deaver on. Joe Deaver, who is the guy who did the Lone Wolf series. So that's going to be happening as well. So lots of cool stuff coming up over the next few sessions. The first Deus Exes look dated as hell. Yeah, I've seen it though. The problem is, Grows, I played it. Yeah, that'd be cool, Mike. I've played, the problem is I've played the first Deus Ex. It just doesn't, it's not there anymore, man. I like it, but it just does not date well anymore. The graphics are just not good enough. It's sort of like going back to Ultima 7. If Dragon Spear were here, he'd be super upset with me. But Ultima 7 The Blackgate, I loved Ultima 7 The Blackgate when I was in college. I was in college in the mid-90s. That game just can't do it anymore. It just it needs a graphic overhaul in the worst way. So I don't really like watching it anymore, honestly, and I wouldn't want to play through a whole session of it. Human Revolution, however, might be a different matter. Yes, Mike. That's right. I forgot. You're going to be moderating a panel? I forgot I was going to ask you about that, Mike. Awesome. Yes, Mike, I'm doing that panel, the podcasting panel. It was actually Brian Young, who you may know, who got me onto that. So I'm super grateful to him. But yes, I will talk a little bit more about that as time goes on. Also, hopefully some good news about Icarus coming down the pike very soon as well, and I'll talk more about that with you guys also. Also, in the next couple of sessions is my short story reading. Remember, I read you guys a short story or an excerpt from something once a month, and that is coming due as well, so I can make sure that we get August cleared away for the Patreon and stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen those, Bone, but I'm still not... I'm not. I've seen the overhauls and they help, but I just don't think it looks good to stream. Human Revolution might be different. Anyway, we'll see. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys before we get started on Shadowrun is this. The voiceover on Thursday, the voiceover event on Thursday was awesome. I had so much fun doing that. I hope you guys had a great time with it. We had a great turnout. We had great buzz. We had a lot of people who were talking about how awesome it was. Hairbrain Studios really loved it. So Hairbrain Scheme Studios loved it, so everybody was happy. I couldn't have been happier with my voice actors. Russ, Gray Dibbick, also better known as Benjamin Elaney, and Trendane were amazing. You know, Trendane's voice, I have to say, like, Russ as Lopan / Kindly Cheng, and Trendane as Duncan was amazing. I loved them. It was awesome, and it was great to do it. It was so great, in fact, and I should mention, by the way, that in exchange for them doing that, that each of those three gentlemen got a copy of Shadowrun Hong Kong. So they did not go away empty-handed. Each of them got a copy of the game for having done their voiceover stuff. But what I wanted to mention was the voiceover went so well, and they had such a good time with it, that I wanted to ask you guys what you thought. What would you guys think if we added a level onto the Patreon? And I don't know what level this would be, but I'm guessing it would be somewhere in like the $250 range, maybe like $200 would be the, you know, you guys pick a game, 250 would be this, 300 would be the D&D session. What would you guys think if we added a level to the Patreon in which once per month we would have a fully voice-acted stream? So in other words, we would have probably at least 3 of the guys, if not 4 or 5 people, because there were a couple of other voice actors that I know that might be interested in doing this, who would actually stream a game. It might be like Shadowrun, it might be a Dungeons & Dragons thing, it might be something like this, I don't know. What would you guys think to doing that with actual having like voice acting as a part of it? I'm curious if you guys would be interested in watching and spreading the word about that. Because if it is of interest to you guys, then I would seriously consider doing it, and I would consider adding it to the Patreon as a possibility. But I don't want to do it if you guys are like, oh. So I don't know what your opinion is, but what do you think? What's your view? Sounds good? You like the idea? Voice acting the adventure books, yeah. Right. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. No, Mike, it would be a stretch goal thing. That's what I was thinking, yeah. I mean, right now, you know, the next sort of overall stretch level is $200 is where the milestone goal where we hit chat gets to pick a game. I was thinking of putting it like the 250 level. Hey, Bill, what's up, man? That's what I was thinking about. I had such a good time with it. I was just sort of like, I was watching, and I mean, obviously I was doing part of the voice acting myself, so I was trying to do my narration, my slight Sam Elliott voice, whatever. And then I would stop and I was like, you know, like Trendane was cracking me up with some of his stuff. It's like, Arvin, I can't take this. It was so awesome. I love it. It was funny though, because at the end of it, it sounds good to you. Okay. But it was funny because at the end, like I was having Trendane do like the 2 badass guys, you know, and so at the end he's like, so that's like great. I've destroyed Trendane's burgeoning voice acting career by making him sort of lower voice. Okay. All right. Well, that's something to think about. I will talk to them and see what they say. Hey, congratulations. A diploma. Congratulations, Bill. Hey, Strike. Listen, I didn't see you at this Thursday stream that I had, but if you watch the video on YouTube, and it does exist. Oh, nice, Eugene. I'm glad you liked it, man. It was a lot of fun. If you watch it, you will see that we had an actual female doing female voices, except for Russ, who did an amazing job as Kindly Cheng, the Lopan master. That was totally Lopan, and I was all about it. I loved it. Green eyes, Mr. Button. Green eyes. Anyways, good times. So, all right, cool. Well, so people like it. People seem to be interested in the possibility. So good. I like it. So, excellent. We will, I'll talk more about that. We'll see what they say. But in the meantime, let's actually get to what it is that we came for. And that is a little bit of gameplay with the power of Shadowrun. All right, let's do it up. Let me turn up this music. God, this music is so good. This is clearly my favorite music of any of the games. And the games have all had good music, but I really love these. Absolutely love it. Okay, now, before we go any further, how's the music? Those are actual females, yes. How is the sound relative to my voice? Good, bad? Good, bad, indifferent? Still gotta fix my webcam, hold on. You can give me a code to put in. A code. Okay, cool. Lovely. What code do you refer to? Okay, thanks. What code are you referring to, Eugene? Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. What code are you referring to? Music might be a tad loud. Okay. Let me fix that up. Okay, I just dropped it down. What's up, Baron? I just dropped it down a little bit. So, code? What code do you refer to, sir? Custom character portrait. Really? A custom character portrait. Oh, man. I should get one of my awesome artists that I know are in here to make up a custom Arvin portrait for this. If that actually exists. That'd be pretty amazing. Okay. Love this music. So far, I have to say, the things I'm the biggest fans of as far as improvements in this game are the Matrix. I saw a couple of people who were actually, like, complaining about, oh, I don't want a mini-game in my game. I'm like, if you think this is worse than the previous Matrix, you were not paying attention. This is clearly better than the previous Matrix. So I love that. And then I also, the music is clearly better. Now, story, Dragonfall had a really good story, so I don't know whether I want to say that this is a better story yet. We'll have to see. And the characters were amazing, so... That's the whole code. Where do I put that? Okay, first of all, Kill, that would be awesome. Woo! But Kill, don't like spend 65,000 hours, man. I feel bad. You've already done a lot with the stream, so don't knock yourself out, dude. UG, where do I put this code? Where does this go? Where does that code go? Does it go in content? Click options. Okay. Succeeded. Okay. Okay, so succeeded. So what now? What is that? What now? Now what happens? Oh, this just gives you a lot more options? Is that what it is? It gives you a lot more of them? It said it worked, so... Whoa. Badass. Alright. Look at these. Damn, son. Look at this. I just can't take it seriously. Wow, there are a lot of portraits. Wow, there are a lot of good ones. Thank you very much, UG. This is awesome. Was this for backers or... That's not bad. I kind of like that. That's not bad. Hi, I'm the friendly Shadowrunner. Oh, okay. Thanks, dude. Thank you so much. That's awesome. That's not bad. Except, what's up with the green hair? See, if that guy had a if this guy had a goatee... This guy had a goatee. Yeah, exactly, Baron. I'm pretty impressed with what I've seen so far. That's... No. If that guy had a goatee right there. Eh. Oh my god. Knights of the Old Republic 2 called. They'd like their portraits back. Okay. And that's back to the front. All right, let me find... Where is this guy that I liked? No. 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 Thought about that guy. No. No. I kind of dig that. I'm seriously considering that. I'm seriously considering that. So that's it's either going to be that or... Let me see if there's one earlier. That or... Can you even upload your own portraits? Is that even possible? Does anybody know? Is it possible to upload your own portraits to the game? Before poor Kilobyte spends all this time that he doesn't need to. That looks good if it were Mad Max. I'd... Oh, okay. You think I should be able to? I kind of like that too, except, I don't know. Something about it doesn't quite work. You can replace a portrait file in the proper directory and use your own. Haha, nice. Nice. Excuse me. Very, very nice. All right. That's it, guys. We're going with... No. We're going with this guy. No, just kidding. We're going with this guy right here. There we go. That guy right there, baby. What's up? Okay. Now, I am going to do something. I really do like the shaman a lot, especially because they've actually improved summoning. So we're going with human. Oh, I just realized that was humans. I don't want human. I want elf. God bless America. It all starts over again. Damn it. I should have thought about the... Okay. Sorry, my bad. So we're looking now for elves. That was the guy that I had before. Okay, I may still stick with that guy. Damn it. I totally forgot that it was an elf. Okay, so right now I'm leaning heavily towards this guy right here. I'm leaning towards him. Can't believe I did that. Something struck me about it. I'm like, why do these guys all look sort of not what I saw before? Oh, well. Now we know why. Because they weren't even elves. This looks like the dude from Crash Test Dummies. Once there was this elf who... Okay. Alright. So, male, blah, blah. Okay, good. Lovely. Wonderful. However, the thing with that is you are not going to have green hair. So I'm going to be clear about this. The hell, my boy George? Crash Test Dummies, man. That's where I was at. Yes. That mohawk. Dat mohawk, though. No. No. God, that hairstyle would be annoying. That's possible. No, not a buzzkill. What am I, Guile? Ladies and gentlemen, Legolas. Alright, I dig that. Okay. Good. Alright, karma. Here we go. So, the number one thing that we spend on is charisma. And I'm definitely getting Shadowrunner. We're also getting some spirit summoning. And we're getting the totem. Dove, bull, Scorpion, bear. Bear is what I used to have. The last one, but I think it was the eagle that I really liked. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, they're gonna build spirit control a little bit. Okay. Now, I want to have enough to be able to wield. Okay. Wish I had enough for pistol, though. Let's go with that. So we've got a pistol and a rifle. Okay, let's see if there's anything I want to spend points on. It's biotech. Oh, enemy hit points visible. That's interesting. Use a point maybe in spell casting. Because I really, the whole design of this build is I want him to be able to focus his attention on spirit summoning, charisma, like I want him to be the best talker of all time, and I want him to be able to be pretty good with a pretty good shot. So that's basically the major aspects that I want. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay. And one more etiquette. I got Shadowrunner. How did he learn all of his information? You know what? I did this last time, so we're going to do it again. Shadowrunner, academic. Oh, and I get 2 of them. Okay. For the other one, I'm going to go with Shadowrunner, academic, and corporate. Here we go, baby. Arvin. And Thunder Cake is just for you guys. Thunder Cake. Just for you. Hope you're all proud of yourselves. Let's do it.
You have one new message.
Hi. It's Raymond. I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah. I was wrong.
I love this voiceover.
I'm on my way to Hong Kong now, to finish something I should have faced a long time ago. And I need you with me. I know we're not blood, and we didn't leave things in a good place, but you and Duncan are the only real family I have. Please, if our past means anything to you, meet me in Hong Kong right away. I'll explain more when you get here. I'm begging you. I'm almost out of time.
I absolutely love that opening. I adore that opening. Such a great voiceover. Love it. I love it. And that music. Ah, so good. I'm a sucker for cello anyway. Just throw some cello up there. Insta feels. Love it. All right, now obviously a few hours of this is not going to be surprising. Hard landing. Raymond Black. The old man gave you a home once. Took you and Duncan off the gang-ridden streets of the Barrens. Sheltered, educated, slapped sense into you both until you almost resembled productive members of society. And then you took off. Left it all behind. Landed behind bars for a time. Tried to start a new life after that. It's been 8 years since you've heard Raymond's voice. Until out of the blue, you get this cryptic message, a plea for help. Meet me in Hong Kong right away. And, wired to your account, enough Nguyen to pay for the flight, and then some. The descent is rough. A squall comes out of nowhere, sending a solid sheet of rain punching into the suborbital transport. With a ragged shudder, the plane finally skids to a halt at the edge of the Czech-Lapcock tarmac. An hour and an interminable number of emotionless security checkpoints later, you hail a water taxi to Victoria Harbor. Hong Kong looms ahead, pulsing with energy. Hong Kong, Victoria Harbor, August 2056, monsoon season. You step from the churning of the water taxi to the ponderous rocking of the docks, your stomach lurching at the transition. As soon as you're clear, the captain nods once and steers the small craft back into the harbor. The man never said a word. Just handed you a worn brown duffel bag when you stepped on board filled with gear, some stiff new body armor, and a note, better safe than sorry, D. Above, smog-thick clouds hang low in the sky, reflecting the lights of the city in a nauseating swirl. The wind changes direction more than once, creating a heady stew of aromas. Diesel, sea salt, street food, and filth. It's all you can do to keep your in-flight meal where it belongs. Two figures stand waiting in the dim light of the pier. The first is an orc, lean, with in-your-face muscles and a jaw made to break fists. The second is an elf, one hand resting casually against her hip. Raymond Black is nowhere to be seen. Well, don't you look like shit? Duncan Wu, the closest thing you have to a brother. You haven't seen the man in 8 years. Still as charming as ever. Green's not really your color, Arvin. It doesn't go with that nice new armor I got you. As you open your mouth to respond, something shifts alarmingly in your stomach. A liquid, bubbling sensation. I don't know what you're talking about. Must be the harbor lights messing with you. Must be. Guess you still got some of your old fortitude, at least. Considering how much synthahol we used to put down, I'd be surprised if you couldn't handle a little chop. That's so true, UG. Shadowrun, rain. Yep. Anyway, we gotta go find Raymond. Find Raymond? I thought he'd be here. Never showed up. Did you try him on comm? Nah, I've just been walking around the docks shouting his name. I've been trying him for the last hour. No answer. You worried? Yeah, I'm worried. He's an old man and he's out there alone somewhere. 65 isn't that old, Duncan. Of course not, but he's not the same, Arvin. Raymond hasn't been himself in a long time. How so? He's been restless, staying in his study inside his own head a lot, and he barely sleeps anymore. I've been worried about him, but I haven't figured out what to do about it. And I didn't have a brother to turn to. Hell, I wasn't too sure you were even alive still, until Raymond managed to track down your number. We should get going, Duncan. Head back to the meeting point in case your dad shows up. Copy that, Sarge. They're wearing Lone Star body armor. Looks like Duncan Wu's gone private police. Yeah, I know, Grows. What can I do, man? I can't hire Trendane for, you know, permanent Duncan Wu sound. Can only do the best I can. I'm trying. Sarge? Carter, Seattle Lone Star. I'm Duncan's partner. And superior officer. I let him carry my coffee for me sometimes, write my parking tickets, that kind of thing. I figured I could use some backup. I didn't know what Raid gotten himself into, and I wasn't sure you were going to show up. You got something you want to say? Nope. Hey, look, I'm glad you're here, Arvin. Seriously. But I'm going to need some time to get used to having you around again. It's been a while since I heard from you. You know what I mean? Memories of sleepless nights and lockup flash by, wondering if you'd ever see Duncan or Raymond again. Wondering if you even wanted to. And then, stepping out into the daylight, Suddenly free, the fallout of some obscure corporate restructuring. A few hundred new yen worth of apology from your former jailers, and a decision to start a new life. To leave the past behind. All of it. Until now. I know I've been out of touch. You could say that. Yeah. That's just fine, Raymond. He was supposed to meet us in the plaza on the other side of this pier. The sooner we find him, the sooner you all can have a big, happy family reunion over dinner. And the sooner I can find a place to get a drink around here. Damn right. Ahead of you, Hong Kong rises serpent-like from the sea. Government and mechacorp curl together, writhing in their basket of institutionalized corruption. No one can tell where the snake's body ends and its tail begins. That's what Raymond used to say. Duncan turns and starts down the pier. Carter follows. All right. Keep the team alive. Keep the team alive. Well, I'm sure I'll be able to do that with somebody. Oh, that's right. They have all the saves, man. Steam with its save abilities. Okay. Right. Fresh construction is expanding the harbor out of the water. Corporate interests can afford to build new streets. Okay. Dramatic music playing. The guard shack at the end of the pier is dark and empty. Duncan gives the gate a push, but it doesn't budge. Huh. Well, that was open earlier. Looks pretty solid. Shouldn't there be someone here to let us out or something? Yeah. Smells a little funny, don't it? Who knows? It's Hong Kong. I'm not exactly sure how things work around here. Come on, rookie. We can cut through the construction site. I hate it when you call me that. The gate is locked, but the nearby control panel appears accessible. Carter pulls it open with a metallic screech that pierces your skull, sending a new wave of pain down to your churning stomach. She examines the control panel for a moment and throws Wu a backward glance. Looks like there's another way off the docks on the other side of this gate. I think that I can bypass the lock. Carter fiddles with some wires and the door lock hisses open. Got it. Let's go. The group on the dock was fishing a package out of a speedboat when you surprised them. Now the package is at the bottom of the bay and the speedboat is disappearing into the distance. They close on you, red-faced and yelling. The light of the harbor glints off of their weapons as they approach. The leader shouts something in Cantonese, but it's too fast to make out. You're rusty. It's been years since Raymond's house and the language lesson that wouldn't end. The old man never spoke anything but his native language at home. Wu speaks with authority. His Cantonese is as solid as ever. He never let it drop. You guys doing some late-night fishing? Oh, yeah. We're fishing for assholes. You're gonna need some better bait. All you're gonna catch with that is trouble. We're just passing through. Why don't you put the guns away? Hey, you talk good Cantonese, baby. Real authentic. Actually, you just told me you're gonna crap a gun. Lone Star, put the guns down. Never seen a badge like that before. Either it's fake, or you're some kind of security guard. Either way, this ends the same. I think he's done talking. Alright, turn-based combat mode. Eagle. Alright. I really wish I could put you on Overwatch. Can't see anything yet. Darn. Might as well give you some armor. And no one to see yet. Move too quickly. Move too fast, man. Too fast. Enemies everywhere! Alright. First of all, what happened to my rifle? What? Supposed to have a rifle. Damn it. Alright. Really? Alright. I hit him that time. And dead. How about one more of those? Nice. Ha! You damaged my armor? I already fixed it. Wow. Wow. What is that? Did you just seriously walk up right next to me, honestly? Is that what you just did? I don't even... Really? That's very interesting. Interesting theory. I guess the theory, if I run up right next to you, you won't know what to do with it is it's one way to look at it, I guess. Can I hit you from there? Ah, I got him. Pow, with the 35%. Nice. I'd say that went pretty well. You think those guys were Triad? I'm not sure. I don't recognize their tattoos. Alright, I'd say that went pretty well. He thought he could use me as cover. He has a real mean swing. Oh, really? Well, I mean, the guy was running right at me. I'm like, listen, you know... If I see some dude running at me at top speed, I'm, you know. So, I assume, UG, you've already played through this, right? UG was a big mod guy, was a big modder of the first couple of Shadowruns. At least Shadowrun Returns. I assume you also modded Dragonfall as well. So I'm guessing that you did the same for this as well. Ah, thought so. I thought so. Okay. Another gate panel. This one's been vandalized and busted up good. A real nightmare of a repair job. Wu stares at the fence, considering. Loops and whorls of razor wire glitter in the lamplight. Looks edged with monofilament. The corporations here don't screw around. You hadn't done any public modding. I see. I thought you did something, though. Let's see. Duncan and I have hopped plenty of fences before. It'll be fine. No, it won't. They used this kind of concertina on prison walls back in the UCAS. Goes through bone like a propeller through sea foam. We aren't touching it. How about it, Carter? You think you can get the gate open? What do you think? It'll take me a few minutes, though. Frowning, she leans in to get a closer look at the mangled fuse box. A few seconds later, she starts pulling wires and yanking fuses, a look of intense concentration on her face. She's competent. In Cantonese, Arvin. Volunteer admin. Oh, okay. I thought there was something going on. So another, it's like you and RC is the other one, right? You know RC, right? RC shows up a lot in the forums. RC's a really nice guy as well. And was nice enough to, like, retweet the stream and do all that stuff. The pen of my aunt is sitting on the end table. Satisfied? You're gonna be a dick about this, Arvin? We're in Hong Kong. Only Cantonese from now on. Just like when we lived at Raymond's house. Those endless drills are about to pay off. Just like at Raymond's. At least you can still handle yourself in a fight. Did you doubt it? Nope. The silence between you gets louder. Wait, what? God damn it. Why did I... Okay. I didn't know that. Well, the thing is, you're RC in a lot of different places. So, for some reason, when you were UGE on Twitter and here, I figured you were a different person. Oh, man. Okay, well, then this guy is, like, awesome. This guy retweets. He, like... Thank you so much for posting on the Kickstarter as well, RC. I appreciate it, man. Man. Okay, my bad. UG, also known as RC. Tell your wife she has a right to crack up. I was dumb. Yeah, I know. I need more charisma points. Then it's broken by a sudden wailing screech. Wu's hand goes to his holster. The screech is replaced by the sound of grinding wheels. Glancing over to the console, you see Carter grinning back at you. Got it! The light from the nearby vendor stall stabs into your eyes, triggering... Yeah, I deserved it so bad. Triggering a throbbing ache in the back of your skull. You stop short, squinting as rough voices drift in on the wind. Where's everyone else? Where's the damn shipment? Haven't seen him yet. We just got here. Longway's probably waiting for us so we can haul it out of the boat for him. That lazy bastard. Let's just hang out here. Let him find us. Looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. These gangers don't know we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us. Might be better to take them out now while we've got the element of surprise on our side. Yeah. I know about this, and I decided I did not want to do it. I was going here. Oh, yeah. Give me that karma. Yeah. Karma gained. $64 Nguyen. Okay. Actually, wait. This should be enough to get me something. And that is, I want to know why the hell I don't have my pistol. I mean, my rifle. Show me rifle. Show me rifle. Okay. Lovely. Mega creds! Yep. Nice. I wasn't sure if F5 was quick save, but now I know. What? What? Wandering off? No. Don't you start running around the other way. Okay, so that's as far as I can run there. That's fine. Add to dodge. Well, I'm gonna... am definitely dodge is going to be part of this down the line, but my main things are going to be charisma, ranged combat for sure. All right. Here's where everything is about to hit the fan, as probably you all remember. Crossing the street, you can make out 4 shadowy figures loitering in the plaza ahead. Troll, orc, dwarf, elf. 2 men, 2 women. They're different from the smugglers on the dock. Alert, poised, professional. You can see they've made a token attempt to conceal their weapons. The unspoken message is clear. We're strapped. Mind your manners. Wu stands up tall, takes that amused tone he gets whenever he's standing toe-to-toe with someone bigger. Someone who doesn't know they're about to go down. Evening, folks. You got permits for those bazookas? Huh, permits, give me a minute. No, yes not. I must have dropped mine in a dumpster, along with the last idiot who stepped to us. Is that right? Well then. You can almost feel Wu's cop training kick in. It's like watching a drone execute a command routine. What's up, Smacky? He reaches for his rifle, brings it up quick, but it's too late. By the time it hits shoulder level, an assortment of nasty-looking ordnance is already trained on his head. Carter backs him up. She whips her arms forward, fists blazing with magical fire. Her eyes sweep the scene, darting from one figure to another. All right, everyone just be cool. Little late for that, isn't it? Nah, it's never too late to be cool. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot just now. Something we can do for you, officer? I'm looking for an old man. Raymond Black. We were supposed to meet him here. You know him? Mm-hmm. Where is he? Easy, Duncan. That's right. Easy, Duncan. Your friend Raymond never showed. We've been waiting for the better part of an hour. Let's see. Who are you? No one you want to mess with? We do odd jobs. For money. So, you were his tour guides, right? Kinda, yeah. The old man hired us to take you all on an excursion. Hired you? They're an odd assortment. A cybered-up troll, an orc girl with magical fetishes, a dwarf with a cyberdeck slung on her back, and a tall elf standing behind them quietly, inscrutable. All with guns trained on Wu. You're Shadowrunners. Mm-hmm. This is bullshit. Raymond would never hire Shadowrunners. They're criminals. Mercenary operatives. Criminal mercenary operatives. So yeah, you were right. Your buddy Raymond was associating with a bunch of hardened criminals. Sorry to burst your bubble, Lone Star. I guess you didn't know the old man as well as you thought, huh? Wu tries to shake it off, but he's struggling to process the information. You could feel the heat coming off of him. The runners sense it too, and they tense up tight. They're keyed on Duncan, and their guns are big. The looks on their faces make it clear. One wrong bead of sweat, and Wu's going down in a red mist cloud. Carter remains completely still. Her voice is level, moderate. She's done this before. Let's all stay focused. No need for this to get ugly. We need to find Raymond. These are the people who can help us do that. This was about money, right? Let's talk about money. I like talking about money. The old man wanted us to take him into Kowloon Walled City. You, too. 2 large rats clinging to her hip and shoulder poke their heads out of the folds of her clothing. They fix their beady eyes on you intently. You know the Walled City? No. What's the Walled City? It's a shithole. The worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Trid clips and news stories can't do it justice. Memories of growing up in the Redmond Barrens flash through your mind. We get it. It's a real bad place. Now why would a little old man pay you to take him there? Wouldn't say. He mumbled a lot, too. Just kept rambling on and on about how he had to get in. Under ordinary circumstances, I never would have accepted the gig. A walled city's the last place I want to go. But the old man rolled up a truckload of Nuyen. You gotta eat, right? Wu risks a glance at you. His weapon remains trained on the Shadowrunners, but a flicker of uncertainty plays across his face. Interesting story. Seems like a good time to ramp down the threat of violence, don't you think? Okay, gang. I tell you what. We're all gonna put our guns down. And kablam. Carter! Carter! Oh man, this time Mitch did not cause me to go right into fire. Yeah, see, I never played Shadowrun on the Genesis. I've heard a lot of good things about it, Kill. The sound of high-caliber rifle shots hangs in the air, and the red dots of laser sights sweep the area. Carter, the troll, and the silent elf lie dead in widening pools of blood, their heads broken open like melons dropped from a 4-story building. Nightjar! Nightjar, come on, big man, talk to me! Got shot? Oh, no. Oh, shit, this isn't good. Oh, I got this one. This is the police. Lay down your weapons, put your hands behind your head, and come out where we can see you. Duncan Wu, Arvin Elleron, come out where we can see you. You have 3 seconds. Stand down, damn it. I'm law enforcement. Lone Star. Lone Star! He's driven deeper into cover by a hail of gunfire. Save your breath. They won't listen. Use your eyes. These bastards aren't here to make arrests. A sniper shot hits the wall next to her head, showering her an explosion of plaster. Stay down. Duncan, are you hurt? Oh, nice, man. Well, we know how to make it happen, Kill. $19 and we'll hit that level. $19 if you guys can support the Patreon. Everyone pipe down. Just give me a minute. The rat girl stares at the ground intently as if listening. Then her brow furrows, her eyes go beady, and her nose wrinkles up. She begins to sway back and forth, her lips moving soundlessly. Yes, Salmon Max was a Patreon vote, so was Chrono Trigger. Yep. Okay, I've got a way out. It's at the end of the street. Everyone come with me. Everyone? We don't need the rent-a-cops, Gobbit. We're the only ones. Their extra firepower is... I got us an exit, but we've got to get past the heat, and we can't shoot our way out of this on our own. If nothing else, they can soak up a few rounds for us. Just stick to cover and keep close. There's a door down the street that leads to a back alley. That's our exit point. You fall behind, you get left behind. Is there a big difference between the two? What's the difference, Huge? Alright, I want her to be able to get a lot of attacks, if I can. Nice shot. Okay. It's all about you, Isabel. No. The difference between the two versions of the games, the Genesis and the SNES. Oh, no, Kill. I'm not... I know, dude. I really appreciate how well you've supported it, but that wasn't what I meant. You've already supported the Patreon a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Not to mention lots of other ways, Kill. I didn't mean you, dude. No. I know the difference between the two. Isabel I like a lot. Everyone said, by the way, I know that the name as written is Zerobel, but I felt like Isobel is the way that they want me to pronounce it. I don't know if that's true. Mitch didn't correct me, but I don't know if it should be Zerobel. Genesis more of a sandbox game. SNES takes a lot of liberties with the rules. Decking in the Genesis version is way better. Oh, okay. Let's see. What can I do with you? It's gonna be tough. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna hit. Worth a shot. All right, now. Grenade launcher. That is a terrible miss. Let's try that again. Isabel, what is that? That was horrible. Is Nobel? It would be Isabel. That's what I thought. Wow. get that accuracy, shall we? Nice. Alright, first of all, you have a seat. Now, you. Let's heal you up. And now, please shoot this guy down. Yeah, Nightjar was the troll, and Gunshot was the elf. Gunshot's the elf, Nightjar was the troll. I got you, okay. Interesting. So that's very different. Alright. Please don't miss. There we go. That's more like it. That's the kind of work I expect from you. Dude, when she misses, she really misses. Alright. One more of those would be nice. Yay! Awesome, alright. Okay. You get here. Get here. Now you should be able to deck this one. Deactivate the drones. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, and... aim for everybody. Okay. Duncan, I really need you to take these guys down. That'll be lovely. Ah. I want to haste her because I want her to get out of that area where she is. And get into cover, like right there. Yeah, there we go. That's right. Cover. Cover, baby! I'm so glad they don't have Overwatch. Overwatch would have been such a pain. Nice. I love me some grenade. It misses, like, it's such a big radius that even when you miss, it almost doesn't matter. What? The hell was that kind of aimed shot? I call shenanigans. I absolutely call shenanigans. Hey, what's up, Lude? Yes, I did. I played, yeah, that's right. That's how Groves got connected. That's right. And it was good times. I was glad that Groves was brought in because of that. Yeah, I played Shadowrun Returns and I played Dragonfall. And what's up, Blue Turnip? I did. I have a good relationship with HBS. They're good people. And now I've actually been to the studio, and I can tell you, by the way, the studio is awesome. In fact, I should actually post some pictures. I took some pictures there. They have along the one side of the wall in the studio, they have all of these, like, just like shelves and shelves of like all of this bulk food, like granola and like all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, I'm like, I guess it makes sense for a studio. And Mitch was like, well, we're right next door to a Costco, which is true because they're in Kirkland. Literally, they can walk out of the street and just like walk like a block and they get to a Costco. So they just buy a ton of stuff in bulk and just bring it back. It was awesome. I really, really was glad I did that. It was great. Okay, not so great is the fact that I don't have a lot of cover. Bah. Good to see you, Thor. What's up, man? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Just got back from a lot of travel and definitely enjoyed it. Oh, wait. Can't do that. Yeah, for sure, Smacky. I really like Costco. I actually really like Costco's corn muffins. That strike you as weird? Maybe odd, but man, I'm telling you. Fire in the hole! That's a terrible miss, Isabel. Fire in the hole again! There you go. Oh boy. How dare you slow my movement? Oh wait, shoot. Yeah. It's worth a shot. You've become a sports writer. Nice, Thor. What do you write for? What magazine do you write for, man? That's awesome. Nice. Down goes the Conjurer. I hit the drones. Ow. I was in cover, damn it. I was in cover. Damn it. Nice. Okay. Let's keep on rolling. I don't like being out of cover, though. Let's get over here to this side. Okay, let's get you up front, which I mean there. It very much is an XCOM. I always thought the combat reminded me a lot of XCOM. I was actually glad that I played XCOM before this as a consequence, because... Okay, that's where I'm going. You write for online publications, freelance stuff, and so you run to various sites. Nice, dude. You should like link. You should like give us the link of like your most awesome recent article, and then I can be like Thor, awesome online sports writer, writing for the Sporting News, for example. Don't want to be out of cover. Let me. Yep, people behind us, I thought so. Let's get out, Duncan. Yes, I can get there. Lovely. Do run, 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 run. I get there too. Lovely. You cannot get there yet, right? Not quite. You can, however, get here. You need to survive a turn. Get the hell out. Nice. He writes an article trashing the Red Sox. He wouldn't do that. He's a legitimate writer. The rat shaman guides you from the doorway on the street through an eternity of winding alleys, damp sub-basements, and empty buildings. Stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbor. It reeks down here, but it's quiet. Gobbet stops, sniffs, and wipes her eyes at the back of her wrist. Her rat squeaks softly in the folds of her clothing. The dwarf watches her silently for a moment, then moves closely and gently takes her hand. In the dim light of the sewer, you can see they're nearly the same age. No more than 20. 21 tops. What were their names? The troll you were talking to was Nightjar. He was our friend. Oh, I gotcha. No problem, Thor. But that's cool, though. Congratulations, though, man. That's really awesome. The elf was called Gutshot. Kind of an asshole, but I didn't need to see his head splattered everywhere like that. Nightjar was a good guy. Always had our backs. Isabel's and mine. Rare to find a runner that you can actually trust. Are we clear? I think we've shaken them. Yeah, we're clear. Wu begins pacing, his boots splashing in the sewer water, creating echoes down the tunnel. You could feel the tension coming off of him in waves. This is bullshit. I'm done messing around in alleys and sewers. I'm done running from cops. For fuck's sake, I am a cop. We noticed. There's a Lone Star sergeant dead back there, damn it. She was... Wu starts to choke up. He struggles against it, fighting to maintain control, but he needs a minute to recover. He finally manages to pull it together, but he's raw. When he speaks again, his voice is seething and hoarse. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Hong Kong cops, but I'm calling in some Lone Star backup from home. I'm gonna get some of my own people down here. Then we're gonna find Raymond and find out what the hell's going on. Whatever you say, big guy. You have fun with that. Iz and I are out of here. Best of luck finding your friend. Your people died in a hail of sniper fire. You're not going to do anything about it? Of course we're going to do something about it. In fact, we're going to do two things. Run and hide. Look, we got you to safety, but now we are done with this shit. We don't intend to die for you. Wu isn't listening. You can see on his face that he's already written the orc girl off. He pulls his security guard PDA from its holster on his left leg, raises it and starts tapping the buttons with a meaty finger. The Lone Star logo on the back of the device looks shiny and official. What's up, Glob? Yeah, I restarted because I knew there were a couple things that I probably missed in the initial run because I wanted to focus on the run through on the voiceover thing. So I knew it was just a few hours. It wouldn't take me long to get back there. I didn't think so. I also grows. I love that. Can we mount ISO Bell with Damon tools? It's so funny. He stops, confused, and then taps it again harder. The red flashing image on the PDA reflects in his goggles. What the hell? I'm locked out of the network. My law enforcement status has been revoked. I don't believe it. This is saying there's an APB out on us, Arvin. You and me both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker. They knew our names. Fucking hell. This just keeps getting worse. He leans forward as if to punch the wall, his knuckles rapping against it softly, a pantomime of barely constrained rage. Suddenly he turns and slings his PDA at the far wall. It hits hard, bounces back, and clatters to the ground at his feet. He looks down at it, spent. Your grandfather-in-law died. He was so distant, I'm not even sure how I feel about it. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Glob. Yeah, it's tough when you don't really know how to feel. But a loss is a loss, though, so I'm sorry to hear that, man, regardless. I know, Thor, I know. Mitch said to me when he got started, he's like, now, you do have the stream marked as mature, right? I'm like, yes, yes. Okay. And on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Come on, Isabel, let's... She's cut off by a sudden smashing noise as her friend's boot comes crashing down on the PDA at Wu's feet. The dwarf looks down at her work unsatisfied and brings her boot down again and again and again until there's nothing left but a snarl of plastic housing, broken glass, and circuit board. Police issued. He can chase you through that. Yours too. It's on the network. We bury our own. You crush the PDA to shards under your foot while Isabel looks on blankly. Good. She looks on and over at Gobbet, sighs, and reaches into her jacket pocket, pulling out 2 new PDAs. She hands them to you and Duncan. Burners. I suppose it's the least we could do, after your help back there. Thanks. You people always keep a supply of burners in your pocket? Runners need to be prepared for contingencies. Isn't that right, Iz? Isabel isn't listening. She's staring open-mouthed at her own PDA, its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expression. Cobbett, we gotta go. Right now. They're after us, too. Her screen displays a local newscast. Your own face stares back at you from the upper left corner of the screen. And in breaking news, just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of a terrorist cell linked to the mainland city-state of Henan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead, along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police officers. Your image winks out, replaced by a scowling image of Duncan Wu, a mugshot from a long time ago, before Raymond. Our sources report that Seattle natives Duncan Wu and Arvin Eleron, along with their Hong Kong-based accomplices, are still at large. They are well armed and should be considered extremely dangerous. Low-res photographs of Gobbet and Isabel pop up on screen, replacing Duncan Wu. The color drains out of Gobbet's face. Oh, shit. Kowloon officials report that the terrorist cell, known as the White Star, maintains ties to the state of Henan, and it is purported to be receiving weapons and funding from anti-corporate groups in the UCAS city-state of Seattle. Port authorities are standing on high alert, and the Hong Kong Police Force's Special Duties Unit has been engaged to deal with the threat. We go live now to Chief Inspector Craig of the Special Duties Unit, who will be making a statement. Behind the newscaster, a video window displays the location of your firefight in Victoria Harbor. The camera pans to Chief Inspector Crate. She is surrounded by a swarm of news reporters, but appears unfazed by the attention. She speaks with supreme confidence. We have yet to ascertain the motive for tonight's attack, but it was clearly a well-planned and coordinated effort. We have already issued an all-points bulletin along with a kill or capture order for the 4 remaining terrorists, and I have instructed the Special Duties Unit to make this manhunt a top priority. If you should see 1 or more of these individuals, do not attempt to engage them. Instead, tap the HKey PF flash code at the bottom of the screen. If you were on an authorized network and take a picture, our system will automatically identify them in your data stream. The Decker switches off the newscast and clips her PDA back onto her belt. For a moment, there's no sound but the roar of sewer water rushing through the pipes. Gobbet bends over, hands on her knees, sucking wind. Her rats scurry for a new position. Yeah, it's true. I like that too. I thought we were fucked before. But now we are well and truly fucked. We'll deal with it, Duncan. We always do. Not this time, Harvin. They've labeled us terrorists, and there's an APB out on us. I've heard this kind of announcement before. I know what comes with it. It doesn't matter if we have nothing to do with that whatever city-state. They're gonna hunt us down. It's open season. And the 2 of us will be hunted down right alongside you. We gotta go deep. Hit the mainland for a while until we can figure this out. Find a hole to crawl into. We gotta get them off the grid too. Way off. Hey, Lone Star, you've got a security license, right? That means that you've got a SIN, too. Of course I have a SIN. I wouldn't be able to get paid otherwise. Only criminals and lowlifes go sinless. That means that you can be traced. Both of you. You get spotted by a drone or a security camera, get ID'd by a retinal scanner, or try to use your cred stick or passport, and the HKPF will know just where to find you. I know how a system identification number works, Runner. We're going to have to burn our sins if we're going to survive this. You got that right, Seattle. We're just as screwed as you are. Me and Iz, we were listed as your accomplices, and we can't afford for you to get caught. You'll lead them to us one way or another. DNA samples, things we've told you, astral residue, I don't know, cop stuff. The little Decker looks from you to Wu, eyes narrowed, sizing you up. You can see her make a silent decision before she speaks. Her voice is flat, resigned. I love that little line because her voice throughout the entire game, at least at this point, is flat and resigned. Her voice is flat, resigned. Again. We need to get your sins burned. Delete you from the record books. All of them. All of them? Whoa, wait a minute. You want us to just erase our identities? Beyond the fact that it's insane, will that even work? If we burn our sins, go off the grid like that, won't they just redouble their efforts to find us? Imagine playing a game of hide and seek with a siren strapped to your head. Would you rather try and hide with the siren, or with the siren conspicuously absent? Deleting our identities across the entire matrix sounds hard. It's very difficult. I can't do it. Some people can. Organizations, expert systems. We gotta ask for help. There's only one person we know who is the kind of pull it takes to burn a sin and hide us from the cops. Kindly Cheng. Let me guess. This Kindly Cheng is some sort of underworld hard-ass. Like a walnut. She's what's known as a straw sandal, kind of a middle manager for the Yellow Lotus Syndicate. They're triad. Kindly Cheng controls all the illegal activity in our neighborhood. Smuggling, bootlegging, counterfeiting. Middle manager? Is the Yellow Lotus a syndicate or a retail outlet? Sounds like my kind of scum. Little Star Wars reference there. Do not get the wrong impression. Kindly Cheng is no bureaucrat. She controls a good-sized portion of Kowloon's underworld. She has soldiers, resources. She's smart. And she is not to be underestimated. Taking favors from a woman like Kindly Cheng is a good way to get yourself into indentured servitude. You don't want to owe favors to a woman like that. Ideally, you don't want to deal with her at all. That was Nightjar's job. Nightjar's job? You mean you work with her? What did we just tell you? She's got her fingers in everything, including brokering Shadowruns for the corpse. Kindly Cheng is our fixer. Just stay on her good side and you'll have nothing to worry about. Now, let's get this done before one of you trips the APB and brings all hell down upon us. Well, all right. Thundercake has stepped in it now, people. I think of anyone who could possibly do something about it. Only Thundercake has the stones to get it done. Oh, Sunless Sea. I actually own Sunless Sea also. I do own it. Yep. Yep. Well, I can try to help if you want, Thor. Like, pretty much you haven't missed a whole lot. Like, as much as the game's concerned, you're in. You know a little bit about what Shadowrun is, right? You know some basics about it or no? You did? Ooh, really, Kill? Ooh, I want to see it. I would like to load it up and see it. Sinless. You scramble up a ladder and through an access way where the sewer system spits you out into the Hong Kong Mass Transit Railway System, the MTR. Crossing the rails, you climb up to the platform and into the station. Above you is Hioi, where the rat shaman and the little decker plan to plead your case to Kindly Cheng, the one woman they know who can help you get underground and off the grid fast. But there'll be a price. Cheng is a triad boss whose favors tend to come with strings attached. The sounds of a waterfront at night leak down from the stairway to the surface. Peering up at the steps, you can catch a glimpse of the night sky, overcast and low. Well, let me see if I can... Actually, you know what? I'll let... I would do it, but I think the guys in chat would be able to explain it faster. Can someone explain to Thor, maybe Huge can, or one of the other Shadowrun aficionados, the basic details of what happens in the Shadowrun universe? And then I can try to... There's not a whole lot extra I can bring up about Hong Kong, but you could at least let them know about Shadowrun. If not, I can do it. I know some of it, but you guys are probably bigger Shadowrun people than I am. And that's awesome, Kill. Yeah, 5 karma. The sewers depot you... The sewers depot you... I hate it when sewers depot you. The sewers deposit you into a series of mechanical access ways that eventually link to a system of railway tunnels. Gobbet leads you through 5 or 6 magnetically sealed doors and across several sets of electrified tracks until she's indicated you've reached your destination. I think probably the latter, Smacky. Yeah, that's basically it. In the year 20... I forget what year. 20-something. 2012? In some year, there's an awakening where people basically... You have a bunch of people who mutate into orcs, dragons, elves, magical creatures, essentially. And it's a cyberpunk dystopian world with orcs, elves, dwarves, wizards, summoners, deckers, matrix people, and stuff like that. It's a really cool kind of mashup setting. And I don't really like cyberpunk that much for most of the time, or at least I don't like dystopia very much. But this is the one exception. I really do like the Shadowrun concept. Hold on. Boop. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, hold on. Thanks, dude. All right, let me save this. Hold on. Bear with me for just a moment. All right, let's see if I can... Now, where do I put this thing? Okay. I just wanted to take off chat so we didn't necessarily reveal all that stuff. Okay. Now, there we go. I figured that would do some of it. Okay. So now, it goes in the... Steam apps, Cotton, blah, 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 Portal's Foot. You might want to back up the original. What do you... The original what? What do you mean? Because what I'm going to do is... Okay. Because what I'm going to do is... Can I... Let's see. Replace my portrait with the chosen one? Okay. So what I want to do is, as soon as I get through this, I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go do that. I'm going to, you know, pop it up and see what it looks like. So you mean back up the original portrait. I gotcha, I gotcha. Okay. So let me just get through this little interaction, and then I will save it and do that. Okay, cool, Kill. I will do that. And then we're going to take a look and see. So I will thank you profusely in just a moment. The sewers deposit you into a series of mechanical... Oh, okay, I already did that one. This is the MTR station for Hioi. Once you go up those stairs, you'll be in our neighborhood. Kindly Cheng runs her operation out of a mahjong parlor there called Swift Winds. There's an APB out on us. How do you expect us to get to this Swift Winds place without taking a bullet? Hioi is well known as a protected area. Kindly Cheng sees to that. It's a shadow community. Smugglers, hijackers, black marketeers. You get the idea. Cops tend to give the place a wide berth. Police cameras don't last long here. Between the smog and the cloud cover, we shouldn't have to worry about drone surveillance either. The HKPF won't find you. Not if you follow our lead. Now, here's how this is going to work. You can't get an audience with Cheng until we secure you an invitation. So me and Iz will go on ahead and pay our respects. Then we'll request that she see you. Politely. An audience? What is she, a queen? As far as you're concerned, yeah. She's the Queen of Kowloon. One more thing. Kindly Cheng is a dangerous woman. She may seem friendly, but don't let your guard drop. And whatever you do, do not disrespect her. I've dealt with dangerous people all my life. I know how to behave myself. You better. If you don't, it's all of our asses. Okay, we'll go on ahead and smooth the way. Just give us a few minutes head start. What if a local recognizes from that news broadcast, calls the cops? No one in Hioi calls cops. Doing that around here is a quick way to get dead. How do we know you're not going to just bolt on us? Because we need your sins burned as badly as you do. And we need to figure a way out of this shit. Or we're all dead. Plus, we could use the muscle right now. Just saying. See you at the mahjong parlor. The Shadowrunner's footsteps quickly fall away, and then you're alone with Wu. He grunts something unintelligible and begins panther stalking back and forth again. Boot prints of sewer water and muck marking his path in the subway platform behind him. Well, I will try for Lopan VA. I don't know about the vaguely racist part. I thought he did a really credible job with that. He did a good job with Lopan, in my opinion. Minutes pass. Wu stops his pacing and runs both hands over his face, groaning a sound of anxiety and disgust. It dissipates and he stands there silently, his hands covering his face and his shoulders shaking with emotion. Then he begins to laugh. It's a laugh that comes from down deep, from the place where fear and frustration and impotence swirl. But the barrier holds. Wu focuses, taking control of his breathing, and his laughter begins to slow. He becomes himself again. Oh my God, Arvin. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell are we doing here? How did we get into this? I think I'm gonna lose it. Go ahead. We're alone. Wu walks to the wall of the subway station silently. He stands there a moment lost in thought, and then his fists explode on a flurry of punches. He hits the wall hard, sending plaster crumbling to the floor at his feet. The orc breathes heavily for a moment, head down, hands on hips, spent. Carter is dead, Arvin. He fucking ended her. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. What are you talking about? You crawled out of worse places before you met her. Maybe. But that was a long time ago. And I had Raymond then. He was hard on you, Duncan. Yeah, I was. And now look at me. I'm a cop. I have a career. Raymond's the one who helped me get into the academy, sat on me until I did my homework, checked on every assignment. Every single assignment. And he didn't care that I was a goddamn orc. Raymond, the house, the academy, Carter. I'm throwing it all down the memory hole and burying it deep. You know why? Because we're going to burn our sins, Arvin. Jesus Christ, do you get what that means? The moment we do that, we're dead. To all the world, we're dead. We're wiped clean. Raymond, the house we grew up in, my career, Carter, all gone. No home, no money, no identity, nothing. We will be nobody. We were street kids, Duncan. We're used to being nobody. Just chill. Chill? Who the fuck are you to tell me to chill after what just happened? And you aren't losing what I'm about to lose either. Our paths went in different directions a long time ago. You left me behind, God damn it. You left me behind. You left me behind. Memories flash bright. Suddenly you're back 8 years ago on the street outside of Raymond's house. Just you and Wu. The middle of the night. You can't just leave like this, Arvin. What am I going to say to Raymond? You know how he is. Yeah, I know how he is. Inflexible. Exactly. We're breaking one of his rules just being outside the house after curfew. What is so important that you have to run out now in the middle of the night without even telling Raymond why? I've got a friend in a bind, Duncan. That's all I can say about it. I have to go help. I thought I knew all your friends. I don't like this, Arvin. It sounds like the kind of shit we said we'd leave behind. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing. Raymond will not approve. I know. Why do you think I'm sneaking out? Be back before the weekend. You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away. What's up, big boss? Nice. Would he fork over the cash for an iPhone? Yeah! You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away. The events that followed were a blur, one that you don't care to remember. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private corporate prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation bought some other corporation, and the new board of directors pushed through some sort of reform agenda, and the higher-ups gave an order. And then you were out, with a few $100 million to your name and one scary-as-hell non-disclosure agreement ensuring your silence. Not that it mattered to you anymore. You were starting fresh, determined. Until Raymond tracked you down, left you that voicemail, brought you to Hong Kong and back together with Duncan Wu. You realize that Wu's been staring at you. Now let's hear it. Where the hell have you been all this time? Why didn't you contact me? At least to tell me you were alive. I know, right? Glob would be awesome. That's like if anyone's ever seen the movie Sneakers, that's kind of how that movie starts. Let's see. I wanted to, Duncan, but I was locked up tight. Corporate black site. No communication. No shit. Oh. Well, fuck. I had no idea. A range of emotions play across Wu's face. He stares at the ground for some time before finally looking back up at you with a heavy sigh. Wow. I really don't know how to process that one right now. I don't know. If we're still alive tomorrow, we can talk more. This shit is too much. We're marooned on this island, hunted by the cops. My partner is dead, Raymond is missing, and we're about to go see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. And as a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they could, so they didn't have to deal with this. Listen, Arvin, back in the Barrens, whenever I was out of control, you just handled the situation. Remember? With Carter gone, I'm just a raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm going to slip back, and people are going to start getting hurt again. I got your back, Duncan. He stares at you hard, like he's trying to see something inside your head. We'll see. Just don't press it. I need time to get used to you. Now let's go meet that Triad woman and get our damn sins burned. I want to rip off the bandage as fast as I can. I love that idea about the sins being burned. Sneakers is a great movie. If you guys haven't seen that, I love Sneakers. I actually have it on my phone as one of my favorites that I watch. It's a good travel type movie. James Earl Jones is in it. Sidney Poitier, Robert Redford, Dan Aykroyd, River Phoenix. What's his name? Daniel Strahan, who's in a bunch of different movies. Oh, thank you for the host, chatter. Thank you, sir. We are going to spend some karma, by the way. Karma, 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 chameleon. We come and go. Need more charisma. Alright, let's get a couple more. Let's get... I got 3 left. I think I might save that because I really want to build this up as high as I can. Oh, it's, yeah, too many secrets. Oh my god, man. That scene in the tunnel, Big Boss and Kilobyte. Oh, so good. Nice, Shatter. Free Space 2 is good stuff, man. I did get a tour. Yes, I did, although it's not that big. I got a tour of the 1 floor. By the time we left, it was basically just Mitch, one of the interns, and me. So, yes. In fact, you know what I should do? I should have tweeted this already, but... Here, I'll show this to you guys on my phone. Okay, hold on a second here. So, I don't know if this is going to show up. Let me show you what I got. So, there we go. Actually, do this. Nope. There we go. That's the sign in their office, Harebrained Schemes. Right? That right there is one side of their office. So, I don't know if you can see in the background, but you've got like a bunch of like there's the food that I was mentioning. Like just the shelves of food. Right there. And then on the other side, this is where you see like... They've just got like a case full of like figurines and stuff like that. Like all of this stuff. No, that's awesome, Shatter. And then that is where the actual magic happens. So that right there, there's a small room that has like a bunch of computers in it. And then there's another room upstairs. Right now there's about 63 people on the team. And I think they'd like to, I think he said something about wanting to move them up to eventually 70. And they like where they are. He talked about the importance of being able to go, right to being able to like have everybody together. And he told me this story about how when he was at Microsoft, they used to do studies and they showed that if someone was more than 40 feet away from another desk, they wouldn't actually get up and walk over to collaborate with the other person. So he deliberately put all of the computers like right on top of each other so that they'd be able to get up and do stuff. And not only did he do that, but he said that the setup before, like during the summer, at one point, there were like 90, I think their air conditioner is what it was, broke during the middle of the summer. So at one point there was a week where it was like 90-degree temperatures in the office and everyone was totally fine. Nobody got angry at each other. Nobody started yelling. There were no fist fights. It was like super easy. So it was really, really cool. I was really, really pumped up to do it. There you go, Thor. Now you just need a whole bunch of insanely talented people on top of it. Hit too many screens. Yeah, so it was good stuff. It was really, really awesome. I liked Free Space 1, by the way. That was good stuff. Okay. All right. So we're going to save the game here. And then I am going to... I'm going to quit for a moment because I want to try to put in this new photo. All right. So now let's see if I can do this. So we go over to... Let me scroll up here. Where was this now? Nope, nope, nope. Here we go. All right. Goes in the Steam. Hang on a moment. Okay, so it goes in Steam. Steam apps. Common. Shadowrun Hong Kong. God, all this nested folders. SRHK data. Streaming assets. Content packs. I'm like down, 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 Hong Kong. Art. Portraits folder. All right, and nope. Ah, damn it. Screens come back. Any kind of fool could see. There we go. All right. Hang on. Bear with me just 1 second, folks. I'm adding the portrait that Kilobyte just did to my thing. What the hell is the stuff? There we go. Okay. Okay. Now... Hang on just a second. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now we're going to see if this worked. Now we're about to see if it worked. All right, here we go. Portrait reveal hype. Yeah, let's see if it actually works. All right. Wonder Twin Powers activate. Show me the portrait. Show me the portrait. So it now, okay. Are we able to like reselect portraits or is it just going to automatically replace it? Well, my voice is Shatter. Good God. See, I spoiled you guys. This is why that voice acting idea that I had, I think is going to work. Don't you guys like my voices? Let's see, how do I... Now, how do I fix... If you replace the image you're using for the character you already created. Oh, right. So, yeah, that's so right. I thought there was something that sounded wrong about that. Okay, so I need to do the same thing, but I need to replace it with... Thank you, Takame. I mean, I know I'm not a whole crew of people. Okay. No, I'm not creating a whole new character. I just need to replace that portrait. Excuse me. Alright, here we go. Oh, God. Back down into the looking glass. Alright, Steam. Steam apps. Common. Shadowrun Hong Kong. Data. Streaming assets. Content packs. Hong Kong. Wait. Data. Portraits. No, no, no. No! No! Got stuck. Wait. Isn't it? Art. There we go. Portraits. There we go. Okay, so I need to replace... Let me go down here. Hold on, I'm finding myself. Finding myself. Finding myself in all the wrong places. Alright, there we are. Let's move you out. Let's move you back in. There we go. Alright. So... Elf Male 03A. Okay. Okay, I see him. Copy. All right, now. Okay. Here we go. Now we'll see. Okay. I backed up the original. I renamed that. So now let's see if it works. Let's see if this works. Hang on a moment. All right. I'm decking. Yes, it works. Victory. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's get it up close and personal. Up close and personal. Oh, you're the best, Kill. I wonder where you got this. That portrait looks awfully familiar to me. All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna see this in full. Come on, load faster, damn it. Load faster, you fool. Load like you've never loaded before. Okay, I will. Yeah. Yeah. Let me move, here, wait, let me move chat. Let me move chat for a second. Look at that, people. You even gave me an elf ear. Yeah, that's awesome. Here, let's turn up some ambient music. No, wait. Yeah. Oh, man, that is my favorite picture. That's my favorite picture that's been taken of me. A friend actually did that. Does anyone know what in real life, where in real life that was taken? Thank you. First of all, Kilobyte. Thank you so much. Can you get much? Can we get some love for Kilobyte here? What he actually did was he modified a currently existing picture of mine that exists on the net. Thank you so much, Kill. I appreciate it, dude. That's awesome, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That looks awesome. But does anyone know where that was actually taken? Can you take a guess? Yes, it was taken on Earth. I was thinking a little bit more specific, boss. It was not taken in my bedroom. That is not accurate. In fact, it was not even taken in my house. It was not taken in my house. It was taken in a room with a camera. If you guys look carefully at my ear, it'll give you a clue. Not the elf ear, which Kilobyte was nice enough to add him. Ah, Kilobyte is starting to get it. That is correct. I'm wearing an earplug, so it was a show of some kind. Indeed it was. And if you look carefully, you can see right here. It was in New York City. Yes, it was in New York City. You can see right here. That is not my highly defined chin. But that actually right there is something. I don't want to tell you what it is because it'll give it away. But it was actually in front of the picture. What's up, Bacon? Not PAX Prime, no. Recording studio is not right, but it's close. Not a recording studio, but you're on the right track, Huge. It was indeed a concert. It was a show. It was actually a, it was, I think, 2010 that was taken, maybe 2010, 2011. And that was me playing with my band, The Road. And we were playing at a place, I want to say, was that Uptown? It might have been, I think that might have been the Underground is where we were playing, which is this club on the Upper East Side that we were playing. So I was doing a performance. And a friend of mine who is a professional photographer ended up taking that picture. I love it. I've used that picture for headshots ever since because I feel like it captured like the focus and intensity that I liked. So, yeah, it was good stuff. Thanks very much, Killbyte. That's awesome, dude. It's kind of creepy. Like, I look at it and I'm like, that's me in Shadowrun land. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. I dig it. Thanks, man. Cool, cool. All right. I love it. Cool. All right. Let's do it. You said ambient music. Okay. How do I... Can I do ambient music from here? Oh, here we go. Oh, this is the sound of like the subways, is what this is? Thank you so much, Killbyte. That's really awesome, dude. Right, Shatter? Isn't it badass? I heard an announcement before. Make the announcement, damn you. Haha, nice, Lego. Yeah, my first day of class isn't until next week. Oh, really, Huge? No kidding. Oh, that's awesome. All right, well. Oh. Damn it. I dropped it. And then all of a sudden. I was like, I don't want to wait any longer. It was like, rah. Anyway, that's cool. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. Nice. That's awesome. Cool stuff. Yeah, no, I saw the painted effect for sure. It really was cool. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much, Killbyte. That's awesome. I have super customized. Super customizable. Super customize. Heoi. A makeshift boat city latched into the Kaitak riverfront like a parasite. Behind you, a massive snarl of dark and derelict high-rises dominates the horizon. The walled city. No sign of cops, but I don't see a mahjong parlor. So this is the area, for example, that I felt like I probably missed some stuff, and I didn't want to miss anything. Super Kazomatose! I should have thought it. Yeah, well, hey, listen. We did it now, that's what matters. Quick save! Alright. Intercom. A massive steel security door. Ooh, nice. A massive pen. Oh, it'll be you'll do well, Lego. Just got to keep thinking big picture. Just think big picture. A massive steel security door is set into a bunker-like concrete wall. There is no sign or identification of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel and armor glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome Alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. Press the button. There's a crackle of static, then a brusque voice answers. What do you want? Is this a medical clinic? No, it's a chicken factory. What do you want? I'm looking for a medical clinic. Yeah, that's me. But listen, guy, I don't know you. I don't like people I don't know. Who sent you? I'm friends with Isabel and Gobbet. Yeah, those two dragged some real prizes out of the river. You get Nightjar to vouch for you, I'll consider giving you the time of day. Got it? You don't keep up with current events, do you? Nightjar's dead. Crying shame if that's true. And I saw that one coming. So you just washed up with Isabel and Gobbet, huh? You know what that tells me? You're here too today and you'll be gone tomorrow. I'll keep my distance. I'm doing a job for Kindly. A job for Kindly, huh? You and every other hood in the Kong. Come back if you get some wheels around here. Otherwise, fuck off. There's a burst of static and the intercom goes dead. Nice people around here. Nice people. That's basically telling me this NPC has no quest for me currently. That's all this is about. The insulation on these heavy wires is cracked. They buzz and crackle occasionally as stray drips from the awnings strike them. Alright. Still looking around. The thug looks at you dead-faced. Despite his street clothes, he wears a high-tech earpiece. The entrance to the walled city is closed to foreigners. Okay. I'll just wander past. Oh. What's up, bro? That's close enough, friend. Club's members and invites only. I suggest you just move along. Come on, man. My friends are already inside. Can I just go look around for a second? No. Man. No one wants to say anything to me. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Oh, nice, nice. Hey, what's up, Rippin? How are you doing, Rippin? How's life, man? How's life, the universe, and everything, my friend? How you doing? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Streaming Minecraft and watching me. Nice, 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 nice. That's awesome, dude. I hope you're making like a... I hope you're making like a happening club that you can be playing some of your music at in Minecraft. That's what I want to see from you. Oh, okay, Hinito. I'll keep that in mind if I can. The original name is Az. Aha! Error! Should be Has. Been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer but somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold brushstrokes and read boat hole. Hitchhiker's reference where? 42? He answered everything? Something like that? Look at that guy. The troll with the freaking sandals. Alright. I wonder if that's this guy. Let's quick take it. This is the stuff, though, that I didn't do because I was, you know, wanted to get to everything. Let's take a look at this smuggler. Just off the docks, you spot a sea-worn man with a smile that's almost too wide for his head. His teeth... You can rename the bolt hole? Nice. You're working that, brother? Nice. That's awesome, Rippin'. His teeth shine white against the thick black bush of his beard. His clothes are a myriad of colors, patterns, and fabrics, a smatterings of cultures draped across his body. If there's anything he's clearly advertising, it's the extent of his travels. You see something you like? His voice is coarse like steel wool on your eardrums. Come and get it, because now's your last chance. Everything's on sale. Won't find prices like these anywhere else, my friend. You from around here? No, not I. Not here. Plans to leave these waters as soon as I wrangle up enough supplies to do so. There's things happening here. Locals call them dreams. I call them evil. I don't want no more of that. What did you dream about? Does it matter? All I remember clearly is how I felt during and after. Drained, as if these dreams leached away some of my good years. No, no. No more of that. If you know what's good for you, you'll leave too. You really think they're that bad? No doubt about it. They're evil, all right, and things like that will only get worse. And even if they don't, you'll never forget them. The feelings, the thoughts, you set into your mind like a stain. Oh, yeah, life, the universe, and everything, yeah. Let's see what you're selling. Ooh. $1,264, huh? How good is the Ruger? Is the Ruger fairly solid? And actually, how do I see? I guess that's how I see what I have. See, I don't know why they didn't give me a rifle to start with. I want a rifle. Okay, damage 7. Damage 7 as opposed to damage 6. That's worse. But is the Ruger decent? I know that I'd have to up my ranged combat slightly, but that's alright. Alright. I'm gonna get it. Oh, that's right. Ranged combat. I need ranged combat 3. Ow. Wait, where did the thing go? What happened? Where did that go? Wait a second. Did it go to the stash? Where did the armor... Where did the thing just go? Damn it. Where did the thing go? Where did the sniper rifle go to? Okay, to the stash. Crap. And the stash is in here? Alright, I'm going to have to remember to go get that. See, I just met the requirements now, damn it all. I wonder if I can... Here. You know what? I'm going to load... I'm going to quick load this. I'm going to quick load this. Rather than dealing with the stash business, I think I'm going to quick load it. I use a C920 Rippin, which is the one that a lot of cameras do. I actually need to get the setup better because I don't like how bright it makes it seem in here. So I need to work on that. But the C920 is actually what I used for the stream at HBS and what I used on the road in general. So it's good stuff. I love the C920. It's kind of the gold standard for webcams that people use. And it's not that expensive. All right, good night, Thor. Congratulations again on the job, man. All right, so let's upgrade myself. Range combat 3. Was thinking about that anyway. All right. Yeah, my pleasure, Thor. Thanks for stopping by, dude. See you soon. All right, you from around here. What'd you dream about? Really think they're that bad? Show me what you're selling. Here's my gear. Lovely. Well, pal, how you like me now? Love it. And loving it. Okay, good. Look at this. I love that. Look at that design, man. Look at that. Such cool art. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. What's up, Axe? Not much, man. You did not miss anything because we restarted because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, like this gun that I just picked up 3 seconds ago, for instance. I think... Okay, well, Turtle Beaches are solid, but I think... For the most part, people are better with a standalone mic. This is the one that I've used for a long time. When I was on the road, I used my Sennheiser, which was a good mic. I am a little bit annoyed that the stream, the HBS stream, there was some clipping that happened because I just didn't realize, and nobody mentioned it to me until Shadow said something about the clipping. So, you know, that's because I was streaming from their computer. I wasn't using RFbox for that. So if I had it to do over again, I would cut down the input a little bit because it was a little hot. But in general, you know, the Sennheiser mic was really solid on the road, and this is an MXL 990, which I really like. So I really like standalone mics myself. I think they end up sounding a lot better and richer, and I think people have a tendency to kind of undervalue the importance of the audio. Everyone talks about video, and obviously video is extremely important, but the truth is a lot of times people have these streams in the background, or they're watching half of it and they're listening to half of it, and if you have somebody who sounds like garbage, it does make a difference. So personally, I think a standalone mic, and not a USB one if possible, one that plugs directly into like the 1/8 inch microphone jack, that's the one that I recommend. It doesn't have to be this one, but I'm saying a standalone mic is usually, I think, a better idea. There are some good headsets, don't get me wrong, like there are some good headsets too, but just in general, I personally prefer to use a standalone mic. Alrighty. Mahjong parlor time. The Swiftwings Mahjong parlor, filled with the stink of cigarette smoke, the incessant click-clack of Mahjong tiles, and the grim faces of hardened gamblers. Alright. Come in. We have a lot to talk about. You can feel every eye in the room as you cross the Mahjong parlor to the middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-colored tiles stops. Hands stray beneath tables into jacket pockets behind backs. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanor of an inmate. Her salt and pepper hair is pulled into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it, 2 shiny black eyes offer nothing. Buttons sewn on a doll. Excuse me. Yeah, that's exactly it, boss. Exactly. What program can I run to run my page setup? That I'm not entirely sure I know what you mean. I'm not sure I know what you mean about what program to run. I don't know what you mean by page setup. I don't know entirely what you mean. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on her mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny puddles of brown linger at their bottoms. Gobbet and Isabel stand on the other side of the table, heads lowered, shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightened glance at you as you approach. My little pair of fuck-ups here told me all about what happened on the docks. How 2 of my best runners had their heads put out. How you need protection. And how you need to get your identities wiped before you get your heads put out too. Potentially leading the heat to my front door. Placing me and everyone in my employ in danger. So wise. So very, very wise. We're sorry, Auntie. We thought... You mustn't speak until you are spoken to, Gobbet dear. And since you are one short hair away from being dumped in the river chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Does that make sense to you, dear? Yes, Auntie. Very good. You learn so quickly. Gobbet kept a very cool head in a tense situation. She's the one who led us out of the police ambush. Gobbet's eyes dart from you to the Triad boss and back again. A thin trickle of perspiration slides from beneath the ropes of her hair. Kindly Cheng slowly turns, directs her attention to you. I count little Gobbet here among my most resourceful runners, but I admit it's good to have outside validation from time to time. The look of gratitude from the young rat shaman is deeply sincere and exceedingly brief. And now that you've shared that valuable little tidbit, perhaps you would be so kind as to keep your fucking mouth shut until you are spoken to. Can you do that for me? I do appreciate it, dear. Your stream has chat on your screen and the video in the corner. Oh. No, actually what I use for that ripping is I use OBS. So that's Open Broadcaster Software. You may know about it already. And all I do with my scene is I basically have a series of overlays. So the game, obviously, is the game. I use game capture. So I capture the game that I'm playing. That's on the bottom layer of my scene. Then I have the Patreon reminder up in the top right. So I've got the Patreon reminder over in the top right of the screen. I have my logo, which is another image layer, top left of the screen. I have Twitch chat, which is basically just chat, chroma keyed, and there's a chroma key option. If you pop out chat from the web page, there's an actual option for chroma keying the chat itself. And then I have that overlaid on the page. And then last I have my webcam picture, and I have a little black square. This is something Inaminatus told me. A black square that I use as kind of a border between the picture and the rest of the game. It makes it look a little bit more professional. But all of it is done through Open Broadcast Software. So all of it's OBS. So that's what I do. Some people use overlays also, and there are people who make overlays. I don't use an overlay. I mean, I guess I could in the future, but I kind of like the non-overlay because I don't like as much stuff kind of getting in the way of the game. So, now, my darlings, I understand from little rat shit here that you came from Seattle to meet with my client, Mr. Black. But before you could find him, the HKPF started splattering gray matter everywhere, and everything went to shit. And now you need your sins burned so you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? Is that possible? It's 2056. All things are possible. Why don't we start with you telling me who you are? Call me Thundercake. I can't believe that you guys chose the name Thundercake. I can't believe you chose that. My pleasure, Rippin'. My pleasure, my friend. Oh, you've already chosen a street name. How prescient of you. Thundercake. It's a good name. Bullshit. Has real character. Now, what's your real name? I mean, you do want me to erase your identities, don't you, dear? I'll need to know who you are first. Arvin. I'm a shaman. Ah, like young Gobbet here. And how did you become a shaman, Arvin? Picked it up young. I've been in the cooler for a few. Still can't believe it. Kindly Cheng whips her head towards Wu, a nasty retort already on her lips. But then she stops. I know, right? I know. Kelvite Mitch was like, what? I was like, long story. Sticks out her lower lip as she sizes him up. Exactly, Orb. Real character. She turns to her lieutenant standing behind her, nodding her approval. Looks like the gun show is in town. What's your name, gun show? Duncan Wu. I'm a cop. Lone Star. I hear there were some fresh corpses found in the docks tonight. Smugglers, I believe. Didn't sound like the Hong Kong police when I heard about it. You're doing, Duncan Wu? I identified myself as Lone Star, but they wouldn't stand down. They had weapons. It was self-defense. I don't care, sweetie. They weren't my people. But now I know you're a life-taker, Mr. Gun Show. You and your friend here. She begins arranging mahjong tiles on the table in front of her. What table in front of her? What? But now I'm curious. Why were you meeting Raymond Black on the docks tonight? Way better name than Josie. Raymond Black is our foster father. That makes her pause. Cheng lifts her bottle of swill and eyes the label connecting the dots in her own head. Interesting. It's true. Sorry, kids, but he was looking like shit when I saw him. Eyes half open, dark circles around them, dragging his feet. The whole bit. Your foster daddy was in a bad place. You think it was let's see. Sounds like he wasn't sleeping. Could be. From what he said, it sounded like he was having nightmares. He would stop in the middle of a sentence and mutter something to himself. One time it was about the walls breathing or something. Another time it was about teeth. Thousands of teeth. I remember him drifting off near the end of our meeting. It looked like he was off somewhere else in his head. He said, I left prosperity in there. Then Nightjar put his hand on Mr. Black's shoulder, asked him why he wanted to go into the walled city so badly. That seemed to bring him back. When your old man opened his eyes, they were full of tears. Then he muttered something else I couldn't make out. Your daddy got really irritating after a while. What's up, Love Shack? Oh, I'm loving it, man. It's great. I mean, it's Shadowrun. I've felt pretty good about it. See, look, they even put me in the game, Love Shack. Let's see. What do you think it means? I have no fucking clue. Alright, let's get to it. You too need your sins burned, and you need them burned fast. Hong Kong dragnets are bad news. When they roll in force. Armored personnel, carriers, heavy armor, heavy weapons, sorcerers, the whole thing, and they aren't coming to arrest you. The good news is, I can help you. With a wave of my hand, I can have your sins disappear. But you need to understand, my darlings, is that what you're asking for is not a simple request. Burning a sin isn't just deleting a number. It's wiping all reference to that number from all of the world's largest databases. It's masking your mugshot in their facial recognition database so that the first camera you walk past doesn't bring them down on you like a ton of bricks. It's covering our fucking tracks so that the act of burning your sin doesn't lead them right to us. It requires contacts in numerous corporations and the UCAS government. It requires someone like me. Therefore, I need to make a choice. Do I kill you and dispose of your bodies before the cops come looking for you? Or do I help you burn your sins? Part of what I think you have to do with Shadowrun acts, honestly, is just throw yourself into it. You know? It's not a universe you want to analyze too closely. It's one you just kind of embrace. So, academic. From what I've read about the triads, your first priority should be your reputation. 2 of your people were just killed. It is a loss of face. I like this one better. You may want to think about your rep as a fixer. 2 of your runners were taken down by the cops, and you have no idea why. So clever. So clever. Yes, I have been placed in a delicate situation, haven't I? Regardless, that's the situation whether you're alive or you're sucking dirt. She stares at you for a long moment, chin still on hand, thinking. Taps her ash on the floor without taking her eyes off of you. You live. You're clever, and I like that. I'll put your sins to the torch. However, I'll need to call in several valuable favors within my network to do it, and those favors do not come cheap. You will owe me. What do you want us to do? I want you to deliver a message for me to a business associate in the walled city. The Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside, Arvin. Isabel can tell you all about it, can't you, dear? Isabel grew up in the walled city. Yeah, and by the way, if you do read one of the novels, keep in mind that the novels currently, the head of the novel, Shadowrun novel line, is my friend John Helfers, who plays with us on the Infinity and Beyond crew on this very channel. So if you end up reading Shadowrun, the guy who's edited it probably is going to be that dude. They collect taxes for the corporations, extort protection money from shopkeepers, run drugs, guns, people. They hurt people. We do those things, yes. But to be fair, we also operate the walled city's black market. You might not be alive today if it weren't for the lifeline that we provide. What's up, Pixel Gaming? How you doing, man? Isabel clams up tight. There is a red pole, a sort of enforcer, yes, on the inside. His name is Strangler Bao. Bao is a strong man, a good soldier, but he has forgotten his place. I need you to remind him. Have a good breakfast, Axe. Let me guess, by remind him, you mean put a bullet in his head. No. If I wanted him dead, I would have said so. Don't jump to conclusions. You aren't any good at it. She tosses you a memory stick. This is a message for Bao. You will deliver to him in my name and then return to me. Remember, Thundercake, Bao's men are my men. By right, they should all be serving me. I would prefer it if you did this quietly and without killing them. I have no use for dead soldiers. She turns to Gobbet and Isabel. Yeah, that's right. And in fact, one of those short stories, by the way, one of those short stories is written by Dylan Bertolo. And if you guys are regulars to my channel, you'll remember when we did the Lords of Noroth stream with Tin Man Games a couple of, I guess about a month ago or so. That was with the writer of that book was Dylan Bertolo, the same guy. So Dylan Bertolo, the guy who was with us when we were doing, along with Neil Renison, when we were doing the Tin Man Games book, that's also the guy who wrote a story in that anthology. So one of the characters named for one of the Fighting Fantasy game books, Shatter, was called Beef Thundercake. It was called, yeah, one of our Fighting Fantasy game book characters was called Beef Thundercake. And I'm pretty sure it was Gentleman. Pretty sure it was the Gentleman Bee who did that. So, that's the reference. One of you will go with these two Westerners to the walled city. Help them locate Bao and show them the ropes. The other will remain here with me. I have several menial and degrading tasks that need doing around the establishment. No matter who goes and who stays, you'll both pay for bringing an APB to my doorstep. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Now, I'm going to find out who ordered the hit on Nightjar and do some dentistry on him with power tools. That boy was my favorite. He sang to me sometimes. Yes, that was Freeway Fighter. Shatter, that was Freeway Fighter, was the one. That other one I don't care about. Gutshot was an asshole. That'll be all, my darlings. Return to me when you are done. One last question, Auntie? Why not? Apparently I'm feeling generous today. Oh, that's right, Kilobyte. We did that, that's right. What's up, Ghost? Oh, good, I'm glad you like it. What do you think happened to Raymond and got your Shadowrunners killed? I don't know. Karma gained 3! Woohoo! I got some karma! Yeah. Kindly Cheng's pretty cool. Okay. Flex buff chest. Oh yeah, well, Temple of Terror. That's the next one. Temple of Terror. All right, well, I already got the stuff that I needed, so all I really have to do is head on out of here. Whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Are you the smuggler? I already talked to you. Already talked to the smuggler. You got nothing new to say to me. I already talked to the smuggler. Lost. Oh, my God. You guys. Since when did Lawkeeper get in this game? What? Law has a techno palace in Hong Kong. I always suspected. Law's Techno Palace. Techno Twister. The rabbit hole goes deep. What's up, Thorg? How you doing, man? Thorg, look! They mean Law from Tekken? Bah. Thorg, look! Somehow Law got immortalized in Shadowrun. Am I gonna keep running around? Am I gonna see like Shadowed Mages, like Shadow Mage's Emporium of Goods? Or like, I don't know, like Thorg's Land of Armaments or something? Like oh man, wait. I actually wait. I actually want to screenshot that. Screenshot. Oh man. Okay. So what I'm planning to do, folks, Smacky Butts Massage Bra. So what I'm planning to do, folks, is I want to take here about a 10-minute break because I need to get some water and stuff like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the run. I'm going to finish the run, and I got most of the run done, but I missed something in the run, like the Feng Shui thing. So I want to finish the Feng Shui thing that's in there, do the run, and come back and talk to Auntie. And then basically when we get back to the ship, we'll call it for the night after that. And then the next Shadowrun session that we pick up from there, then I will be able to pick it up, and then we will be, you know, treading new ground from that point forward. What's up, EMC? You'd have a cure shop called Kilobytes Auditorium. Nice, nice. Thorgy. Very nice, Thorg. Thorgy. That's nice. You guys should, like, make your request now to get in there. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Just a couple of reminders, though, for folks who have not been here already. Just a couple of reminders here. First of all, if you haven't already, thank you for being here. And if you haven't already, please follow the stream if you like what you see and hear here. On Thursday, remember, we're going to be starting our Fighting Fantasy Gamebook sessions for the month. We have 2 of them that we need to get in, and we're going to be playing. It depends on how long it takes. It'll either be Thursday and Friday or just Thursday, and it will be followed afterwards by a short story reading or an excerpt from something, a reading, and then we'll be back to Shadowrun pretty much permanently after that for the next month or so. And that is this right here, Temple of Terror. This is the next in the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook series. Speaking of that Patreon, we are currently sitting at $181. If you guys would like to be able to reach the $200, you guys would like to be able to pick a game for me, just like you did with Chrono Trigger and Sam and Max Hit the Road, to do that, we need to get to that $200 level. So if you have been interested in subbing to me and you were waiting for me to get a sub button, this basically is the equivalent of my sub button. And it does help support the stream. It allows me to do some stuff like what I've been doing. And I'm also going to be adding on a couple of things. For example, I think at the $225 or $250 level, I'm going to be adding a once-a-month voiceover stream where I'm going to have some voice actors doing a game with me, whether that's Dungeons & Dragons, whether that's the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook, I haven't decided, but I'm going to be doing that with these guys once a month as well, and so we'll be adding that if we get to a certain level, but it all starts as we move up there. So if you guys are able to head over and support that, I would love it. You can get some things as well. You could be entered in a Patreon-only draw at $5 and up. At $10 $10 and up, I'll actually write an epic poem about you. At higher levels, I'll even write a critique of your writing. So there's a lot of stuff that's there, and you can find out more about that with !ArvTrayon. If you can check that out and support it, it would be much appreciated. Otherwise, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break, and then when I come back, we will continue with more of Shadowrun Returns Hong Kong. Be back in a bit. Don't go anywhere.
Through sand I'm slowly sifting, past land I'm slowly drifting. This ship I'm finally taking home. Each time I had to find it, each time I had to time it. This time I headed home alone. Easy business, this space that bore no witness, this time would be an easy score. I'd find it with no trouble, my profit I would double, I'd earn expenses back and more. So long to climb, so long to fall, in all the time almost had it all. Laces all the twos, the circumstances strange. My loss to choose, my future rearranged. The second week from land, my destination close to hand. We'd had no trouble yet at all. Then almost past my sight, I saw the bird in flight. I heard the albatrosses call. This run was easy business, this space that bore no witness, this time would be an easy score. I'd make it with no trouble, my profit I would double, I'd earn expenses back and more. So long to climb, so long to fall, in all the time I almost had it all. fortress of my love. This empty ruin sits in falling rain. It's all been blasted from above. And all my past was just a show. As good as it's been, well, that's the last of it, I'll know. If everything I've gained was going to be lost, why would I risk myself at this cost? And all the speed with which I found your love, well, that's just how fast it's gone away. And in the sky I see a broken dove, and now there ain't no more to say. Although confusion is my constant friend, a friend now isn't so kind. I thought I'd have you until the end, yeah, but having is a state of mind. Look out there, you'll see a cold hard land where sun and peace it used to reign. Without the touch of your guiding hand, well, you know it's never been the same. And all my past was just a show. As good as it's been, well, that's the last of it, I'll know. If everything I've gained was going to be lost, why would I risk myself at this cost? And all the speed with which I found your love, well, that's just how fast it's gone away. And in the sky I see a broken dove, and now there ain't no more to say. Bards and poets sing of sweeter regrets. Well, all the same, they've got it wrong. I haven't sucked the sadness in me yet, yeah, but I tell you that it won't be long, long before I felt a wealth of good inside, surplus of happiness to give. But bitterness now has that good denied. Spitting it out helps me to live. And all my past was just a show. And as good as it's been, well, that's the last of it, I'll know. If everything I've gained was going to be lost, why would I risk myself at this cost? And all the speed with which I found your love, well, that's just how fast it's gone away. And in the sky I see a broken dove, and now there ain't no more to say.
Yeah, end of an era. By the way, I should mention that those versions I'm playing for you are the final mix. Yeah, that's true. End of an era is the final mix, but not mastered yet. We have to master the songs, but they are the final mix now, so they're close to done of the new EP. And there's one that I haven't played for you guys yet because it wasn't done. It's a song called Despair, which is now finished and mastered. And I should remember to play that for you guys at some point because, I don't know, because there'd be some cool stuff that could, I don't know, you might find it interesting, basically. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking with me. And let's get back into the game. And hi to everybody who showed up while I was gone. Hello, Shadowed. Shadowed, I have to show you something, by the way, man. I want to show you something. So let me do that. I want to show you something, Shadowed. I wanted to tell you that you, too, can be immortalized forever. Don't mess... I didn't even see this. Look at this, guys. I didn't even see this. Look. Law's Techno Palace. And it says on the boat down here, don't mess with the law. That's right, people. You, too, can be a part of Law's Techno Palace. You can be a part of things, too. Hold on one second. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera. Right? How come he gets in the game? Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly right. How does he get to be in the game? That was exactly my thought. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Mostly ripping... The best way that people get to be mods in the stream are basically they're regulars. They're people who are, you know, pretty much always on. And they're people that I think have the right combination of sort of temperament and... I don't know, just, you know, respect of the chat, that sort of thing. I try to gradually add to my mods over time as the situation warrants. So that's basically how. Law. Yes. I'm sure that I told him, I said, you know, he hasn't seen this yet, but whenever he pops back, man, I'll tell you what. Okay, let's go on this run, people. Gem and the holograms, oh my god. I haven't thought about that in ages, Gem and the holograms. Auntie Cheng said you'd be coming. You can pass. Uh-huh. Okay. Choosing the team. We are bringing Isabel, baby. No question about it. First of all, I need a Decker. Secondly, I need a, I need someone with a grenade launcher. So, yeah. Oh, the new Ghost album. Oh, I had a chance to listen to the first few minutes, by the way, Shadowed, of the new of the album that you told me about. It's kind of cool. The you know, the folks you let me know about the concept album. It's kind of cool. I liked some of the vocals, some of the backup vocals too. It's kind of neat. Truly outrageous. City of Darkness, Kowloon Walled City. The most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease, and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Trash lies piled on roofs for controlled burns. Improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is triad law. And now you need to enter this septic system of a city. Find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bao and deliver a message from Kindly Cheng. That is exactly what you sent me. Yeah, Shadowed, Into the Electric Castle. That's right. And yes, we do have a new album coming, Shatter, although... well, possibly, Rippin', possibly. Possibly, yeah. I try to, like I say, people who are here all the time, you know, who are here regularly and stuff like that, I kind of gradually bring people in step by step. But I appreciate, you know, the thought, though. Always good to add to the team. What was I going to say? So, yes, Shatter, we are going to be releasing a new album. The funny thing is that originally we were thinking about, I'm still not super happy with this. Originally we were thinking about, I think that might be better. Yeah. Originally, we were thinking about doing an EP, but it took us so long for the EP to actually come out, for the stuff to actually get mixed, that now we're thinking about just adding 5 other new songs that we've written since then, basically, and putting the whole thing together as our 3rd full album. So, you know, I don't think I'm going to wait to sort of play some of the stuff for you guys. Like, I will probably play Despair for you in, you know, in the near future, week or so. Yeah, so we do have a new album that's coming down the pike, but it may not be out now until early next year because it would be the full album. Which means next year could be awfully busy, people, because it means that I've got this this other project that I'm working on, which would be coming out probably next year, late this year, early next year. Icarus should be coming out in the next month or two, God willing, and so that will be here this year, and I'll be continuing to promote it next year. Obviously, Greyshade, the first book of the 3-book deal, is coming out next year, and you know, then this would be out. So a lot of stuff coming out. 2016. Maybe hopefully it'll be the year of the Arv. Maybe, right? I need more tunes for a snowboarding season. Nice, nice. Yeah, man. Okay. I do not have any equipment in the stash, so I think we're G2G. I know, another mage. A further mage. Shadowed mage. Shadow mage. So many mages. I don't know. I'd have the whole mage team. I'm going to open the karma screen, but I'm probably not going to use it because I think I'm saving this now. I think I did what I needed to do to get to rifle combat. Yeah. I thought about that full auto. Man. So much good stuff, but no. No. Charisma is what I'm saving for. I want to continue to build my charisma to the max. The maximum. Oh, yeah, man. Busy doing stuff. A second S-Mage. I know, it's true. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. Hey, what's up, Greybit Dybbuk? Hey, everyone, look, if it isn't Isabel's voice. If it isn't the voice of Isabel, Grey Dybbuk. What's up, Grey? How you doing, man? Grey, did you get the key that I sent you? Oh, yeah, did you like it, Shadow? Was it good? In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambiance at your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot. Sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? Who knows? He'd have to be insane to travel to the walled city. Okay, cool, man. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Maybe the worst in the world. Can't believe I grew up here. Sorry to have to drag you back. You could have brought Gobbet instead. I would have been cool with that. There was a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to start. I thought you knew where to find Strangler Bao. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what Bao calls the little island of control that he's carved out for himself here. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. He'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. Through the market sounds good. Okay, cool. Welcome back, Kilobyte. Oh, why, Gray? They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live. But I'd rather keep Auntie Cheng happy than piss her off again. This group's safety is my biggest concern. We don't need to risk our necks for a bunch of triad thugs. I like the way you think. I want out of this place as fast as possible. Oh my god! It's Trendane! Gray's here, and now Trendane is here, the voice of Duncan Wu. What's up, Trendane? Trendane, man, I'm trying to represent your voice the best I can and do honor to it, but boy, I can see why at the end you were like gargling down that honey. Damn right, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, Trendane and Grey Dybbuk, the return of the voice acting crew. You guys did a great job. The voice. So I have posited the possibility, Gray and Trendane, I have posited the possibility of what we talked about regarding a voiceover type of thing. And I think there is a possibility that we're going to do it. I'm going to add it to the Patreon amounts. If we get to a certain level in the Patreon, and I haven't decided if it's going to be 225 or 250, but if we get to that amount in the Patreon, then we will do our voiceover. I think I may set it at 225. Then we will do the voiceover. They'll be doing the voiceover thing once a month, either with D&D or with maybe like the Fighting Fantasy game books or something like that. But I think, you know, they went so well that I think Chad is pretty excited about the possibility. So hopefully we can manage something like that. But just to let you guys know, chat does seem excited about the prospect. So at least it's a possibility if you and I and the rest of the talent, we can all work it out. So, Return of the Crew. Return of the Crew. There it is. Return of the Crew. Come on. Return of the Crew. Oh my God. I should call them in on Skype. I know. I was saying that. I was like, oh, I should just forget about you guys ever having any like lives of your own. Just whenever I go live, just immediately come to my stream. And instead of just enjoying yourselves and watching, just make sure you immediately jump on, you know. I should stream horror games once a month? Hell no. Hell to the no. Arv is not a horror guy. You know who's not a horror guy? Two Thumbs this guy. Can't stand it. Oh yes, Shadowed. I suggested, for those of you who weren't here, I'm going to add something into the Patreon, and again, I'll have to consult it with the other people, but that would involve once per month, we would do a voiceover stream where one of the games I play would be voiced over by essentially the same crew, Trendane, Ben, Grey Divic, and Russ, that we had before. So it'd be essentially the same group. A putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You see nothing that would cause it. So, that's what we're thinking about doing. I could do a horror movie voice. I could make that work. Oh, God. Are you kidding me? So you'd make it even more realistic? We're moving in the opposite direction of goodness. You realize that, right? I'm like, how horror games are like, I could do a horror voice so that you could have nightmares for the rest of your life. No! Fail. Clothing! Clothing! I have good quality clothing for sale. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? Prosperity? I don't know what that means. What's the news here? Anything interesting? No, I know, Trendane. That's exactly why I'm doing this again. All the feng shui. Interesting? Here? No, nothing changes here. Nothing changes. Strangler Bao is the big man now. He is very important. Very impatient. You know Bao? I hate the bastard. Me too. You know, he requested a special suit for me, and when I got it to him one day late, he wouldn't pay for it. I don't sew for nothing. You can't eat air. That's rough. I know. You see him, you tell him that he still owes me for my time. I didn't sew those hems for nothing. I'm one of those lawful good folks. Some are monsters. I've always considered myself a neutral good type. I do what it takes for goodness to happen. I mean, poor Trendane, by the end of it, I was like, can you do this low growl? And he's like, bruh. I was just like, no. We'll get right on that. You see that you do. Now, what else do you want? Later, lady. All right.